Right, so today we are looking at the world's dumbest sports and figuring out if I've ever heard of them and if I think I'd be any good at them. Feel free to join me in the comments. Let's get straight into it. Alright, first up, this is the Chinese traditional sport known as board shoe racing. I haven't heard of this and I don't think I've seen it before. Are they just gonna run in sync like on skis? Oh my goodness. Okay, they are. That I was expecting. What I wasn't expecting was how fast they're going. These guys are absolutely rapid. I mean, these losers at the back aren't fast, but these guys are flying. That's so cool. I wonder how long that goes back in Chinese tradition. The sport was invented in the 1500s during the Ming Dynasty. It was originally used to train soldiers to improve their cooperation in Guangxi. It then became popular in other parts of China as an entertainment activity. I bet it's one of those sports like NASCAR where people watch it hoping for a fall. I mean, it must happen all the time, right? Like, broken ankles have entered the chat. My ACL just tore looking at this. That being said, I reckon I'd actually be quite good at this. Now, I'm a fast runner, but so are Batch and George. I reckon you put us in these things, and we're syncing up like periods among new housemates. Huh? If there's a Team GB board shoe racing, give us a call. If there's a Team GB board shoe racing, give us a call. Alright, next up we have pro hobby horsing. This I have seen before because clips of it go so viral on TikTok for obvious reasons. Alright, let's give this a watch. Slovakia Championship. The fact that there's like international championships for this is mental. It literally is just people galloping around with a fake horse's head on the end of a broomstick. Now, the galloping and trotting around bit must be kind of boring to watch, but this, unironically, when it comes up on my TikTok, I actually enjoy watching because sometimes it's quite impressive. Like, that is not a bad little jump. I mean, that is, but that is a solid height to clear, and it must be absolutely exhausting.
Make your family proud.
Oh, so close. Look at the crowds. I mean, people like properly get into this. Look at how serious it's being taken. It's crazy. That is actually just a sick jump. Some of it's kind of a bit nuts though, like this. POV, the coach gets on your horse to prove you are the problem. How on earth could it be the horse's fault? That is just, I mean, maybe if the broomstick's like really long and that's the thing whacking it, but how are you going to be blaming this little thing? Like this, POV, your horse is acting fresh and you have to lunge it before the training. What does that even mean? Maybe they're just taking the piss because it gets views, but if not, it's kind of crazy. Reminder that not every training is perfect and that's okay. I think I'd be okay at it. I don't really know how you'd be good at it other than just jumping high. I don't think I've got the craziest high jump in the world, and also, I just don't think I've got the mentality for it. I mean, I don't have too much criticism for it. I mean, if someone enjoys doing it, I don't care. If they're having fun and being active and stuff, fair play to them. It just is absolutely fascinating how big of a thing it is. And some of the jumps just are straight up impressive. Alright, next up we've got soccer dancing. Not something I've ever heard of before, but also I'm British, so calling it soccer rather than football is like pissing in my cup of tea. It's just insulting, so I already don't like it. What happens when you combine soccer and dancing? It's called disco foot. Here's everything you need to know. Disco foot is both a soccer match and a dance performance. I mean, they're doing a lot more dancing than football playing at the moment. It combines the basic rules of soccer but has one important difference. Dancing is required at all times. There is so much more dancing going on than football. It's like someone's animated one of those foosball tables, but like no one's playing it. All the characters are just standing there dancing. The sport was created on April 13th, 2016 and conceptualized for Ballet de Lorraine, a French contemporary dance company by... Okay, this is getting way too woke for my liking. Just stick it in the back of the net.
Have it.
Like, no one's touching the ball. And he hasn't, he's missed it by miles. I would be the Cristiano Ronaldo of this game, I swear. I'm not even that good at football. I'm a very unorthodox footballer.
Interesting run. No, it is the weirdest shooting technique. What is his technique?
But I feel like just being able to kick the ball on target means you would outscore pretty much everyone in this game. So they got scored on artistic merit, and then the number of goals scored is added. I mean, I guess I'd have to find out how important the weighting is. Like, if one team can score 200 in the artistic merit and one scores 100, it doesn't matter if you bang 50 goals. Clearly the priorities are wrong because no one's scoring any fucking goals. Alright, that's pissed me off too much. On to the next one, which is competitive sitting. This is competitive sitting. A unique fusion of sports and performance. You just make tricks and extremely sit. Look how extremely... That's actually quite cool. This is like the perfect sport for a nonchalant guy like me. Like, oh, you like that double backflip, do you? I'm just sitting here. I'm just chilling.
It's bizarre.
I mean, to be honest, this guy isn't that good at it. I was waiting for him to do a backflip, but he's just like twirling it around a little bit and sitting down. But I feel like doing like a treble backflip 180, landing on the ground, bouncing up, doing a double front flip, and then sitting on it. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but I'm fundamentally well equipped for it. I like doing flips and I'm just a chill guy. This is why I stopped sitting. Too many sweats. Your unemployed friend on a Tuesday. The sports chair cost $800 for the pro version. What the hell? I will not be trying that anytime soon. Next. All right, now we've got Hobby BMX. What the... It's like the hobby horsing, but the BMX has no whip. This has got to be a joke, right? Like, this guy's just totaled his bike and he's taking the piss out of hobby horses, right? I thought this was a joke, so I liked it, but I think bro is actually serious. You don't need a helmet for that, little bro. I mean, I've definitely never heard of this, and I really don't think it's a thing. But wait, leader of the hobby duro movement, first professional hobby rider, 15,000 followers. I was expecting to come onto his page and have it all being like BMX stuff, or like dirt biking and jumps and stuff, and like that being like a one-off Instagram reel. But he actually does this as all of his content. Bro's written a whole novel as well. Back it up and take it to the publisher, pal. I am not reading all that. It's a hobby training day-to-day, bro. What the? I understand hobby horsing because it reduces animal cruelty. Interesting take. And replaces it with actual sport. But what is this supposed to be good for? I mean, it's kind of like swinging a kettlebell around in a gym. Like, fitness-wise, this is probably good exercise. And he's out in the fresh outdoors in the white powder.
Can I just clear up?
Nope.
He's almost too safe. I mean, he is wearing a helmet and gloves and knee pads for in case he falls 6 inches onto the grass. But this is so bizarre. I don't think I'd be good at this. I would feel like my arms will get tired and I'd get really bored and I'd feel really sweaty in this like leather jacket and the helmet would make me feel all claustrophobic. This doesn't look fun to me and I feel like I'd give up within about 5 minutes. I mean, some of the stuff he's doing is making me think it's rage bait. The fact that he's going like vroom, vroom, vroom. But that's the thing with the internet. You actually just genuinely just don't know. Sometimes you can look at things and just be like, that is so weird, that's obviously satire. And then you find yourself watching a weird documentary on people like this and you're like, oh, you're actually serious. This is a genuine hobby and passion of yours and you're really into it. Fair enough. All right, next up, we've got more hobby sports. What is the deal with this? Hobby canoe. What is with all these hobby sports? This has got to be taking the piss. Okay, right, this is not serious. Of course I've never heard of it because it's not a real thing. It's quite funny, actually. Now I worry my Instagram reels are just going to be hobby and taking the piss out of a bunch of different sports. This actually looks quite fun as well. I mean, I don't think I'd get in a wetsuit, go all the way down to the river and just do this. If you sat there wet, muddy and cold and just be like, was it worth it? Actually, 95,000 likes. I would do a lot more for a lot less. Please, please, please don't try hobby skydiving. Just plummeting towards the earth with your broomstick in the air like, why did I not think about this? This whole hobby stuff has gone too far. So next up, we've got a real sport. This is cheese rolling, and this I have definitely heard of. This is iconic in the UK, and I think Speed made it iconic in the US. Because he did it, and I swear he was ridiculously good at it.
Gloucestershire Cheese Roll 2024.
Basically, a big wheel of cheese is just tossed down a hill, and loads of people just go and chase after it. It's supposed to be like crazy dangerous, because exactly this happens. People start flying and like people break their legs, arms, get like seriously injured. But it looks like great fun. And this is definitely something I don't think I'd be very good at. I'm a massive hypochondriac and I worry about getting hurt or getting ill or dying pretty much all the time. So I would be lightly jogging down that hill. Not doing what this guy did. Oh my God, he just did like 5 front flips. Yeah, Speed did it and he ended up in hospital. The annual tradition sees people run, tumble and fall down the steep hill in Brockworth to win a wheel of double Gloucester cheese. Speed said the race had further injured a previous leg injury but added that it was worth it. It looks scary, but once that first slide, you're like, you know what, I can do this. I want to do it again because I know how to win now. To be fair, Speed is just a crazy athlete. And he's an absolute nutcase. This guy is built for this competition. There is not a doubt in my mind that this guy could be a world champion cheese roller. Alright, next up, gurning. Have any of you really heard of gurning when it comes to consuming illegal substances? But competitive gurning.
This is the strange tradition of gurning, a facial contortion competition held in the UK.
What?
Gurning originated in the medieval times as a way to mock and ridicule people. but over the years, it has become a competitive sport.
That's such a British thing, like, oh, how can we turn taking the piss out of people and mocking them into a sport? How can we turn ridiculing people for being ugly into something competitive? Because we're bloody good at it.
With participants competing to see who can make the most grotesque face. The rules of gurning are simple.
This guy must be good because he's featured in every single clip.
Must put their head through a horse collar and contort their face as much as possible without using their hands.
Horse collar.
The person with the most impressive gurn is declared the winner. Gurning may seem like a silly, pointless activity, but it's actually a beloved tradition in the UK. So next time you're feeling down, why not try gurning and see if it puts a smile on your face?
Right, some of it feels ableist. What kind of faces are the champions pulling? This guy, again, he must be the Messi or Ronaldo of this world. And he kind of looks like Johnny Knoxville, the guy from Jackass. What the? That is unironically quite impressive. Oh, here we go, the World Gurning Championship. Let's look at the photos. The one we just saw. That, I mean, you go to any old dodgy pub in London, you'll find like 10 blokes in there smiling at you like this. It's just a friendly and slightly crazy smile. Again, mid. Oh, this is giving me millennial humor vibes. You just know there are some millennials out there that think that this face is absolutely hilarious. This thing people do with their mouths, I swear you can only do it if you don't have teeth. Because otherwise, how do you get the bottom of your jaw and the roof of your mouth to be that close to each other? Also, he's kind of genetically gifted for this because that hairline is atrocious. He looks like this Hugo Hamlet guy.
My favourite thing about London is the weather. Have a lovely day.
Average British person. Wait, his name is Ding Dong Veg. What the hell? Oh, and the World Gurning Championship started in 1297. What a fascinating place Britain is. Cheese rolling and gurn championships. I don't think I'm equipped to be good at that. I feel like having your teeth not being super wrinkly and not looking absolutely mental just means you're doomed for failure. In 30 years, however, who knows? I feel like I've aged slowly so far, but one day it could all change. All right, next up, we've got the Balloon World Cup. I've never heard of this before. What do you have to do? Keep the balloon up in the air? That looks so fun. What's stopping you from just slamming into the ground though? Just spiking it. Oh, I'm curious about the rules. That's so fun, but surely like as it's about to tap the ground, you just tap it up an inch and you win. Okay, yeah, you have to launch it upwards, which makes sense. But yeah, what about launching it upwards when it's like just about to hit the floor, like launching it up like a centimeter and then it just drops on the floor? Okay, yeah, like there, he's hitting it up so high. That makes sense. That was kind of a spike down. But when he was down there, he whacked it up like head height for the guy to be able to hit. Well, if someone knows exactly how it works, let us know in the comments. Either way, that sounds so fun. I would love to do that. I feel like I'd be quite good at it. I'm quite agile and quite fast. Got a bit of hand-eye coordination from the boxing. And because I'm one of 8 kids, I feel like I grew up running around and being chased around stuff like living room furniture. All right, next up, Turkish oil wrestling. Is it Turkish oil that they're covered in and they're wrestling, or does this take place in Turkey? Either way, I've never heard of it. Let's see what it's like. What is his hand doing in there? What the that can't be legal. Get your hand out of there! What the is going on? He looks like he's enjoying it. But this cannot be right. Am I interrupting something? There is no wrestling going on here. They are not trying to like push each other to the floor. They're just straight up stroking it. What am I watching? The actions in this video performed or supervised by professionals. Do not attempt. They're basically sex workers. All right, fine. 100,000 likes and me and all the boys will do Turkish oil wrestling. If you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to subscribe so you can catch the next one. There are in fact more weird and dumb sports that I can check out if you want me to. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.